Wonderful afternoon to all our viewers and listeners at this time in tune to the Barbuda channel and also Abundant Life Radio on all the media platforms that we are broadcasting on at this time. The last 2 years, I had a privilege of having my special guest with me as we cover Barbuda Council Election 2023. Now we're back here, Council Election 2025. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Francois, and it's always a pleasure working with you around this time of, we would call it the season, and it's the election moment and time here in Barbuda. I am William ZZ Thomas. Everybody should recognize the voice by now. However, you were here earlier today. Tell me how you've seen the movement.
Well,
and
it
things
is
were-
from the start of the morning when the polls were open, it has been a constant flowing of persons coming going to the 5 polling stations that they have here. So you have been a consistency throughout the day.
All right, but while here, I've noticed that after the luncheon period, that there was a uptick
Yeah.
in traffic where voters are concerned. It's not a question for me to ask, though, but people always ask these questions whenever there is an election and the counting come up. How do you feel about it? I can't drop it at you like that, but how do you feel about
Listen,
this one?
as somebody said this morning, when it comes to election in Barbuda, it's so hard to predict. When it comes to especially the council election, something about the council election, you hardly will find most of the persons who come to vote party line.
Mhm.
And so then you have to look at, somebody may say, okay, I want to give a cousin. Kebab is a family.
Correct.
And sometimes a friend,
Mhm.
a friend of a friend. But I feel, we just have to wait and see how this evening unfolded. There are five polling stations, so by the time we reach two, I think you'll see the difference.
You will see the difference of good on. Well, probably you would know because from history, some people may say, okay, when you reach the D to G, that particular box, or the box coming from polling district A,
Right.
they would say, aha, D to G, fine. D to G is where the strength of one party is, and they can start to tally up from that. Now, today, to me, because I've been keeping my ears to the ground, and some folks are saying that not much people got registered.
Yeah, that I think also that, and also the whole re-registration process, there was a lot of negligence in that. And to be honest with you, this council election have been one of the most low-key
Hmm.
elections, and I think it could be for some good reasons. One of which, the tragedy that took place in Barbados, which is family of a lot of Italy's here.
Yeah.
And I remember even the return. Those symptoms. It was even hard to get people to come and work for this election because persons were a little bit, still going through the process.
Oh, and what tragedy you speaking about there?
I'm talking about the 3 guys that went missing.
Also,
Those
okay.
found as, just prior.
And then you don't find, and then
Right. So,
okay.
so that just,
Mhm.
didn't put their family in Barbuda.
Yes, yes. Hmm.
So that also can be a reason why persons that
You have a little that little somber feeling
right.
coming over, and to state that I have seen a little bit of that, right? Because usually around 4 o'clock,
Mhm.
you will find the guys who are jumping off of the truck, hustling in their the clothing in order to work clothing, construction clothing, or whatever, coming towards the voting the voting area in order to get their franchise exercise. Now, I believe the polls are closed now.
Close. What we
Check
can
your
see,
time.
it's just about 2 minutes after
Exactly.
the hour, 6 o'clock. There is no one. I don't.
Because it's the first time with all the election that have happened that you will be having the live counting.
Well, that's right. Especially here in Barbados, we're looking forward for it, and just want to make sure that we're still everything is still going good. That we're still going good, and I think we just need to this mic. Okay, Michael Dikoziki.
All right. So while you know, Evangelist switch mic as we're back, and you were saying about the historical event of the first time this will happen in Barbuda.
That's right.
That happened the last time they had a what you call a by election that they had that one in St. Mary South that they had people in the cameras in the counting area. And with this historical view, do you think that it is something that should happen all the time when there is an election, whether it's council or general?
We are in a democratic country, and normally you will hear them say it's a democratic process. So you're not seeing a name is not on the paper to say.
Yeah.
Zizi Williams Clifton.
Right.
They just pull out and they mention. And so with that, I would really look forward to see this is something. I know one of the things it can affect is that now we don't have a lot of media houses to cover all the constituencies. And so you may have where a person, you might have the electoral commission may have to think about setting up each constituency with streaming their own streaming device, and you can pull from and say, let me just pull from this constituency now, based on the media house that you're part of. Let me pull from this constituency. So that is something we love to really see happen, and I think it brings a level of excitement.
It does, and and you might say excitement, and it brings a little spot of anxiety and and worries. You know what I mean? Worries, get you worried because, hey man, there is something going here, something not going there, and you're at the edge of your seat, wondering what the outcome would be.
That's right.
However, I let me step ahead and commend you in your hard work in bringing these events that are happening in Barbuda to the other countries, because I do believe Antigua would listen to the Barbuda channel and other areas that you hook up on Facebook and your YouTube, and they would be able to handle that. Now, as you move on today, I hope and trust that what the outcome is, that whatever the outcome is, that everybody will work together and don't stagnate anything.
That's the thing. So what we're going to do right now, quick break. We're going to take a quick break. So as the cameraman pan around, I think everybody's getting their things together. We'll be right back. Okay.
All right. Something with the computer.